Hi everyone, Narelle here from Simply Narelle Stitches, and welcome to my channel about cross stitch. Today is Monday, the 1st of March 2024, and welcome to autumn in Australia. I so can't wait for the cooler weather. But someone forgot to tell Mother Nature, because here in Brisbane today it was 31 degrees, felt like 33 with humidity, Celsius that is, so it's around 91 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow is going to be 33 degrees Celsius, probably feel about 35, 36 with the humidity, so we're getting close to the 100-degree Fahrenheit mark tomorrow. And it's meant to be autumn. Anyway, it is what it is. And I don't like the heat and the humidity in Brisbane, but it's where I live now, so I just got to put up with it. Alright, so today's video, I'm going to go through my whips that I've been working on since I saw you last, which was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. Also talk about the leap year sales. I'm doing 2 actually. A lot of people are jumping on the leap year sale thing this year, which is great. I've got a little bit of haul, which I haven't, well, one's a club that I'm in and the other was something that I won. My plans, which is mainly whip go, a few other challenges, but mainly whip go. At the end I'm going to talk about my shop talk section. It's about a stitchy box that I released last week, and yeah, and some new products that are coming to the shop. Alright, so let's get going. So my whips that I worked on were mainly my whip go calls for February and a few other little bits and pieces along the way, but I'm just going to pull them out of my little basket down here, and then I'll let you know whether they are whip go or not. Alright, so the first one I'm going to show you was a whip go call, and it's the Satsuma Street Ornaments. Now I know it's not Christmas, but it was on my whip go board. I've had these for a little bit and I've just wanted to do them. The only way they're actually going to get done is if I put them on my whip go board. And if you've been with me a while, you know that whip go for me, I go really great for the first month or 2, and then I just drop it because I think I get not bored, but I feel restricted because it feels like I'm being told what I can stitch on, and therefore all the other projects that are not on my whip go board I feel like I want to stitch on. I don't know, it's strange. So, but I am going really well with whip go this year, and I think it's because I've changed my goals. I used to have, for every whip go call, I used to have little boxes down here, and it would be like 10 days, 5 days, like a little, I think it was like 5, it started out 10 boxes, so I'd do 10 days on a piece, and then that just went, oh, I'm not doing 10 days on a piece. Then I think last year I changed it to 5 days, and then still some of the pieces were like, no, I don't want to do 5 days on that. Like 5 days is nothing in a month, but I don't want to do 5 days on that piece. So this year I don't have a goal at all. I just have the piece, and if the number's called, I pull that piece out to stitch on. It could be for 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, anything in between. So that's working a lot better for me now. I don't feel restricted, and if I want to stitch on something else I can, as long as I've put some effort in, even if it's just one length of floss, then at least I've touched that whip and it's getting some love. Alright, so the Satsuma ones that I had to choose from, I've got 3 I'm classing as the one whip, so they're all in the one bag. We've got Candy Claws, we've got Santa Nutcracker, and then the one that I did was the Mouse King. Now I showed these 3 patterns when this number was called. I think I showed them to my son and I went, okay, which one should I do? And he chose the Mouse King. So I've actually done him. He's not fully finished, but I have done him. Look at that face. Oh, he's so cute. Alright, so that's the Mouse King done. You do his sword separately, and this is perforated paper, but it's silver, so it took a little while to get the eyes adjusted to it, but yeah, I didn't find it too bad. People suggested that I tape around the edge. I got the floss caught a few times. It was mainly on the corner all the time, which you can probably tell. It was there and there were the two places I kept getting the floss caught. But it wasn't too bad. I actually, if I went slow, took my time, it was fine. I did him in 2 days, beads and all. Like when I mean 2 days, it's like after dinner for the night I stitched. So that's 2 nights worth basically. And yes, I did forget. I did put the beads on him, but I forgot up here there's meant to be like a sequin up there. And I finished it all and went, oh, look at that. I didn't put that on. But anyway, no one's going to know. He's going to be on my tree. So now I just need to cut him out and attach him here to this hand. And it doesn't, and it probably tells you how to do it. I think they glue it on. But I actually thought I might use a brad. Now, if you're a paper crafter, you'll know what a brad is. It's like a pin with 2 prongs at the back, and you pop it through, open the prongs, and it holds things in place. So I thought if I do a brad and don't put it really tight, just leave it a little bit of firmness but not really tight, then the sword can move like on the brad, if that makes sense. If you're a paper crafter, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. So that is what I plan to do with him. But first I have to get the courage up to cut him out and finish him off. I don't know if that's going to be very easy, but we shall try. Alright, so that was one Whip Go goal complete. And I was really, really happy with that. And it's the first time I've stitched on perforated paper, I think I might have said. And now I don't feel as intimidated by it because I know that I can do it. And it was actually a really fun stitch. So really, really happy with that. So that was that Whip Go call in February. Sorry about, there's going to be zippers and stuff, but it is what it is. Okay, the next one was also a February Whip Go call. And it's this one, which is really old. And it's a Semco kit of a cushion, Pretty Florals cushion. Okay, so that is the pattern. And when I looked at this, I went, oh, it's a really old-fashioned and I don't really like it. But when you stitch them up, the flowers are really, really pretty. And I also didn't realise until I had a good look at the pattern that this floral, you can see around here, that I thought was fabric all around this side. So you've got this stitched border and then this dark background with all these pretty flowers on it, I thought was fabric that they've put on there. It's actually part of the pattern you have to stitch. I mean, it's not too bad. I'll do it because I think it adds to the piece and it'll finish it off nice. I love a frame on the piece. So, and I really need to overlock the edges of this. So I was doing this for several challenges. One was had to stitch on pink flowers or something like that. So, and if I have pictures and I remember to put them in of what it was before I started, then I will definitely show it. But I may not remember or I may not be able to find the photos, but here we go. So that is where I am. Now that one is the middle. I started in the middle square. And then this is the one directly under it. So this is the bottom of that border. And then there's just the floral stitched border below it. So I did all this and all this. And I think this one I hadn't done much at all. I'd just done a little bit of the flowers, not a lot, because I think it may have been a 12 by 12 New Year start at one stage. New Year Day start or something a couple of years ago. So I did heaps. I sort of really enjoyed it. And these ones here, I just sat back after I stitched them and went, they are so pretty. I love them. Really, really nice. I'm really enjoying this. I'm not sure it's going to be made into a pillow. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like at the end. And then this one, I think I completed that pink, that darker pink. Yeah. So, lots done on this one. Now this may not come out again this year. I'm going to try and stick to my Whip Go calls as my priority on my stitching. And then for all the other games that I play online, wait, hang on, I'm trying to fold this up. If my Whip Go calls don't fit into the challenge prompts, then I will pull out whatever in my current whips that does fit into the prompts. So, and I think that's having no goal on my Whip Go calls is helping me touch a lot more whips and helping me stick to Whip Go. Right, so what else do we have in here? This was one of my Whip Go new starts for February. And this is a really bad photo. It's just a bad print. But it's Spring Montage, by Janet Stever, charted by Pain Free Crafts. And this is all Carolyn Zook's fault because she started them all. And when I kept seeing them, I went, I really like them, I need to do them. But let me tell you, this one, there's a whole lot of beige up here. And it is a bit challenging when you're stuck in the one colour. But I can't wait to get down to this here. This is, I just love it. Yeah, so Spring Montage. I didn't bring my iPad in, so I can't show you how many stitches I did. I don't know, up in the thousands or something, I don't know. I tried to finish the first page. I don't think I got there. Did I get there? Maybe I got there. No, I didn't get there. No, I didn't. Alright, so this is not quite on a bed sheet. It's 18 count. So it's not going to be small. Not as big as my Heaven and Earth one, that's for sure. And I have decided that a few of them that I have full coverages that I want to do are massive, and if I do them on 18 count it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to try and do a few on 25 count, one over one. I don't know if I can, but here we go. That's where I got to with Spring Montage. So not too many more colours to fill in, and I think that's the actual edge of the first page, but I didn't quite get it completed because there's still, you know, obviously colours missing. But not a bad effort. I don't know, I'll probably spend a week on that maybe. I don't know. But some of my challenges that I'm doing are just pure counting challenges. So you stitch on whatever you want and you just post your start photo and then your end photo, and it's a group thing where you're stitching for a certain amount of stitches, for the event. And those ones I just like, I try to keep going as much as I can. And then I'm also doing the road trip in Whip Warriors, the Great Aussie Road Trip, and for that you have like destinations or sightseeing things, and it could be like the current one is we're now into leg 2, and I was travelling to Bombala last night and I had to get 900 stitches between when I finished the Snowfields event to the next town, which is Bombala, and 900 stitches I had to do. So when I got something like that, I will do it in big chunks. Like I'll keep going till I get 400 or 500, and then I'll stop, and then the next night I'll finish and go the rest of the way, sort of thing. So that those sort of games are great. You stitch on what you want, but it really helps you have some great progress on your whips because you're just counting on the numbers. And I find that when I have a goal like that of do 200 stitches, do 300 stitches, I'm more inclined to do it. Whereas if I'm just stitching for me, for the fun of it or whatever, if I get bored with a piece or want to move on, then I'll just do it. But if I feel that way when I'm doing a challenge piece that I've got to get so many stitches in, I'll just ignore it. I'll have a little break and then I'll get back into it because I've got to finish my 500 stitches, and I'll just keep going. So it's that works really well for me. Some people it doesn't, they can't stand counting, but like I think I've shown before, my little finger counter helps if it's not a full coverage. Yeah, and it's just fun to count. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but anyway. Okay, so this one I forced myself to fit in because I've fallen behind. I think this started January. Well, it must have been January it started, and I haven't put a stitch into it, and I see other people's progress, and I was like, I need to get this happening. And of course, it's the Heaven and Earth sale for 2024, And I chose this one, Merry Mushroom Village Picnic. I think the original artwork is Amy Stewart. So I just love that big mushrooms. I love mushrooms like that. Toadstools, whatever they're called. I just think they're so pretty. So I chose this one, and I didn't write down where I am. I haven't got the first page done, but I have made a good start, and I think I spent maybe 2-3 nights on this, and this is where I am. So I'm up in the top left corner. This is on 18 count white Aida, and that is where I am. So I'm trying to hold it straight, and it's got this little fold in it. There we go. Is that a bit better? I'm in my own shadow. Is it better if I do it this way? No. There we go. So I'm up to, mine looks more purplish than theirs looks blue. But that's what the colours, call for colours are. Alright, so I'm up here in this section up here. Bit of that tree, that yellow up there, starting to see this in here. Dying to get to the red. Really dying to get to the red, but I don't think it's too far away. Yeah, so that is my Heaven and Earth cell. The cell is closed. You had to join up by a certain time, I can't remember when. And you get a release every 3 months for the year. If you finish this piece, so this is just a snippet of a full chart. If you finish the piece by the end of the year, then you get the whole 10 charts, not the whole charts, just the snippets that were offered as part of the sale. So in the sale there was 10 different charts to choose from. They were all a smaller snippet from a larger chart. And yeah, if you finish your one by the end of the year, you get all of them. I don't think I'm going to finish mine by the end of the year, but it's fun to try. Alright, so this next one was a Whip Go call. Just let me check. February. No. Why is this? No, I think. Hang on. February. Spring montage. Ornaments. Done that one. February. Pretty Florals cushion. Oh, okay. That one. Which I haven't shown yet. Okay. Wait, I'm missing a chart. Okay. Oh, because some are already shown, of course. Yes. Alright, so the next one I worked on, and I'm pretty sure this was for a challenge. It wasn't a Whip Go call, but it's the Angel Kisses by Dimensions. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll see that I posted something about this one. This is my chart I dislike the most. I love the picture, but my piece on this, I have made mistakes. I've miscounted. I've used full crosses when there should have been halves. I've used 2 strands when there should have been 1. So it's a comedy of errors, and I really dislike stitching on it, even though it's a beautiful picture and I do want to finish it. But I cannot bring myself to cut it up like Laura from I Stitch Birds suggested. I am going to persevere with it. I think sometimes I just get frustrated with myself because it's not an easy, well, it's not an easy stitch because there's dimensions and there's threads and half stitches and 1 and 2 strands and anyway. Sometimes I just want to put a string floss on my needle and just do all crosses, full crosses, but that's never going to happen in a dimensions kit. This is where I am. Now I did manage, last night is when I put up the post on Instagram whinging about how much I don't like stitching on this piece. And then I had a break. I think I looked at Instagram for a while. I did something on my PC and then I came back to it and I just went, oh, Narelle, just suck it up and do it because it needs to get done and you're not gonna UFO it. You've already said that. So what other choice but do you have but to stitch on it? So it's suck it up and stitch on it. So I did, and I managed to get all of this up here done last night. So I got a good amount done after all that, and I thought of keeping it at my stitchy spot and putting a length of thread in it every day. I may still do that, so then it will get it closer to completion and I won't notice it so much that I don't like it, because it's like it's only one length of thread. I don't know, that possibly, who knows. I don't know, my bag I've got these in, my little tub thing, it's falling apart, and I've got all these little, oh my gosh, the lining of the bag I'm using is falling apart. And I've got everything in. Oh, it's snowing in there. Oh my goodness, is it what? Right then. So this bag will be going in the bin later. Okay, so I think I had shown you everything else on my Whip Go boards earlier in February. So now I'm going to talk about some leap year sales, because being a leap year, I saw the leap year sale and also a Mirabilia leap year sale. And because the Mirabilia retreat was on in Brisbane this last weekend, and I was going to go and then went, oh no, I can't afford it, I can't go. And then I stalked everyone who was there online all weekend and went, I really should have gone. So I had no intention of doing the Mirabilia sale, and then went, yes I am, because now I want to stitch everything Mirabilia. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm going to save up for next year's Mirabilia retreat, and I'm going to go. So there, I've made a decision. Okay, so for the leap year sale, I joined a group, I can't remember what it's called, I'll try and link it below if I remember, leap year sale. And the idea is to choose a project on the larger size that's going to take you 4 years to complete. So the idea is you start a project, you've got until the next leap year to complete it. So I have lots of full coverages that I could have chosen, lots of big projects I could have chosen, but I went, I'm going to pick an old one that I've had a long time, that I keep overlooking for something newer. I keep bypassing it for something else. So no, I'm going to pick one. Now it's not as big as like Inspiration or Consider the Lilies, those ones, but it's a considerable size. So I've chosen this one. It's Hearts and Flowers Sampler by Pat Rogers. Really, really pretty. And this is a 1990 pattern. And I'm pretty sure I bought it as a kit when it came out. I remember going to the craft show that was at Rose Hill Race Course. Had lots of cross stitching and stuff in it. I can't remember the name of it. And I bought it there, and it came with this mystery fabric, which I don't know what it is. And I tried to count it and I couldn't quite work it out. So I've done a 2-inch border just to be safe, and then hopefully it'll fit. And that's how much I got done. I started it last night. But look at those colours. They are so 90s colours, aren't they? The blue and the burgundy. Yeah, so 90s. And you know, I struggled with this. I was stitching the hearts and these little pops of flowers, and this last night, this amount, I think there was like 400 stitches or something. I only started last night, so maybe 500 something stitches there. It took me from, hubby started early, did he? So it took me from 6 p.m. roughly till about 1 a.m. So from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. this morning, and that is all I got done. I nearly stopped. I hadn't finished all these hearts, and I went, okay, I need a break from doing this. There's something about this section I didn't like. I love it on the pattern. Absolutely love it. The detail around the frame on the pattern. But I don't know whether it's because the colours look darker and more 90s, so they look dated to me. They remind me of oh, what is it? It was like when you had that painting people were doing on doorstops and wooden things, folk art type painting. It's very much those colours, and I'm looking at it going, this is really dated and I really don't like those colours. So I stopped doing this section and then started in on the border. So I just need some mindful stitching. Like, I don't have to think about much, not a lot of counting, just a lot of stitching. So I did this, and then I was going to put it away. I went, no, I've had enough of this. It's not bringing me the joy that I thought it would, because I've waited so long to start this. I've had it in my stash since 1990, for God's sake. And I just was really disappointed, I think. And then was going to put it away and thought, no, I'm actually not going to go to bed until I finish this section. I'm still in two minds whether I like it or not, but I am going to push on with it and get some of these letters in here done, and it may change my mind. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I did on that one last night, but I've got 4 years to think about finishing it. Yeah, so some of these may not come out again this year unless they're called for a challenge prompt, so we'll see. That was one leap year start. So I started that yesterday on the actual leap year day. My other leap year start, which I haven't started yet, which I plan to start tonight, is my Mirabilia start. And I'm doing Sabrina. I love this. Really, really pretty. And I saw a Flosstube, Lady Marmalade and Stitches put a Flosstube out the other day, yesterday, day before. And it was showing us all her Mirabilia charts. And then after just watching, or stalking everyone who was at the Mirabilia retreat over the weekend, including her, and then her showing all her charts, going, okay, I need to start all my pretty ladies. So I'm doing her on this. It's a Fabric of the Month from Paddock Lane Designs. It was in June last year. It's a 28 count called Coral Beach. Now I'm only going to have a 2-inch border on this. It's going to fit. It's going to be a bit tight to fit. That's probably a better colour. So I'm hoping she's going to be okay on that piece. I mean, they've done it on a beigey colour, but I'm trying not to buy anything, so I'm just going to use the fabric I have in my stash, which is not much. Yeah, so I'm hoping that she works okay on that one. So that is what I'm going to start tonight after I have finished editing this video and uploading it. There's not going to be much of the night left, but anyway, so that's what I'll be starting. Alright, so talking about my Fabric of the Month club, what are these? Oh, these are all my Whip Go ones. Should I do that next? Yes, I'm going to show my Fabric of the Month club. Ugh, trying to find it in my bag. Oh God, everything's slipped over and it's down the bottom. What is this? Okay. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Everything's sideways now. Right. So, we will do my little haul, which is just my Fabric of the Month club, like I said, for Paddock Lane Designs. So for February 24, this year, February, as in just gone yesterday, I got this one called Nutmeg. Beautiful, beautiful nutmeg colour. Surprise, surprise. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this. 32 count. And when I get my Fabric of the Month clubs in, I normally try to match it up with a project before I put it away. So I don't have a stash really to choose from. It's just what I get in through this club. So I have paired that up, with Lady of the Mist. Guess what? Mirabilia. Love this one, and I think she will look quite nice on that fabric because it's very similar to what they have it stitched on, what they got the model stitched on. So I cannot wait to start that one. And I'm thinking I'm going to just slot it in this month. Oh, and I'm so in the mood now after seeing the retreat and all the fun everyone's having. I want to start all my Mirabilias now. So I'm tempted to get them all out, all the ones that I've matched with fabric already, and just start them. Spend a day on them and I'll be very happy. So it could be a possibility. Right, and so since that was haul, the other haul I got was something that I won ages ago, and it was a needle minder from the Fat Quarter Shop. Look at that. These are chunky. Got this from Kelly from Don't Run with Scissors, I'm thinking. Yeah, so love that needle minder, but yeah, it's very heavy and very big. And I should have pulled it out. I've got the chart that this was for from Fat Quarter Shop as a PDF. So now that I've got this needle minder, I think I'm going to pull that out and start that as well. Start all the things. Right, now my Whip Go plans for March, what the Whip Go calls were. Let me get all these out of this bag because there's so much stuff, snow from this bag. Oh my gosh, what's this? Oh, it's a Whip Go call. Oh, oh my gosh, so much stuff. I'm covered in snow and it doesn't even snow here in Australia. All from the lining of that bag. Oh, far out. Right, what was I going to do? Whip Go calls. Wait, I need a drink. Talking too much. Okay. Whip Go calls. In no particular order, we have checking his stocking. Now, if you're new here, welcome, by the way. I have 3 Whip Go boards this year. 2 are of my whips. So at the time when I made the boards, every whip fitted on two Whip Go boards, and then I have a 3rd board which is all new starts. So this is a current whip, checking his stocking by dimensions. No, checking his list stocking by dimensions. Doing this for my son, and I have great plans to do one for my son, one for my daughter, one for me, one for hubby, one for the cat, one for the dog. And I don't have even one done yet. So anyway, and this is where I am. So I'm not far off finished actually. And I do plan on getting this done this year. So I only have up here, just the tree line up here, a little bit more on center, I think. Or maybe he's done. Center might be done. So I just have like this scroll and all these trees, the name and the blue up there. So I'm like here. Just have that to finish off. There's not a lot to do on this. So I'm hoping that I will get this finished this year. So, and then the challenge will be making it into a stocking. And I really hope someone's got a video out there on how to do that. So really, it's, I don't know, it's boggling my brain. So you'll see that in another video, because that was a March Whip Go call. The next one is Flowers of the Month. Now this is one I started for the Magazine Monthly Facebook group a couple of years ago, and I wanted a yearly like a calendar thing without the calendar bit, if that makes sense, of pretty flowers, and I couldn't find anything, but I found these in a magazine. I don't know which one, I can't bother looking it up. I haven't worked on this one for years. And every magazine they had a different, 2 different months. And it was like a series of yeah, little, what am I trying to say? Flowers in a vase type of thing. Anyway, I'm doing them all on the one big piece of paper. No. Fabric. I'm suddenly really tired. And this is how far I've done. I have done January and February. That's all I've got done. Using my own colours. I didn't have all the colourful colours when I started this piece, so I'm just using what I have. And I'm doing the words differently because I didn't realise that they were 1/1, and this is Ada, and it's just too hard to do them tiny on Ada, so I'm just doing them in a half stitch. But my F looks a little bit weird, but you can tell that's February, so it'll be all right. And the Y is up a little bit, but yeah, don't care. So I'm thinking it'll be pretty when it's done. And the white I did on these, I had to backstitch around it because it got lost on the cream Ada. So anyway, so that's a whip go call for March, and I haven't worked on that probably since 2021, maybe, something like that. So that's good to get that one out and give it some love, because it's one that I keep overlooking. Then the next one is Follow the Leader. This is a kit by Needle Treasures. Again, a really old one from my stash. These three little rascals and their puppy dog. Up to no good, those three. So that one will be getting some love in March. And this is where I'm at. Now, every time I look at this, I go, which way does it go? I think that's his foot. Wait a minute, I can't tell top from bottom. I really should put something in the top corner so I can tell. That's his shorts and his leg, I think. Oh, that's his arm. Here we go. That's where I am. So that's the little boy in the middle. That's his arm. So that's his like elbows, his arm bent, his shorts and his leg as like the point of reference. So here you've got his arm, his shorts. It must be her leg. I've done her leg, I think. Yeah. So this is just on the Ada fabric and the floss that was in the kit. So it's amazing when I look at my progress on these, it really won't take long to finish it. But then I have so many whips that none of them will take long to finish if I just sat and did just that project. And I actually felt like that when I was working on something last week, and I had given it, I don't know, 3 days, and I got lots of progress done, and I'm thinking, I think it was that cushion, the floral cushion. I thought, I could get a lot more finishes if I just actually concentrated on the one project till it was done. And then reality hit and went, no, I'd just get really, really bored with that. So let's just not do that. Alright, so, oh no, my tag just fell off. The next one the next one for March is Winter Bluebird. This one I'm going to hope to finish when I do work on it, because it is only little. It's from a magazine, so it was for the magazine monthly challenge. I think we had to do something wintry or snow or something. And it's from Just Cross Stitch magazine, February 2018. And it is Winter Bluebird. Cute little one. It's not very big. Do you think I'd be finished by now? No. And this is what I've done. Alright, so there we go. Winter Bluebird. So, I don't know, am I a quarter done? I guess so. It's cute. So that's also a March Whip Go one that's been called. Yeah, hoping to get that one finished. And then we have the 2 new starts, which I only have one here. Because Sabrina, I'm using for the Mirabilia Leap Year Sale, is also a Whip Go call for a new start in March. The other new start that was called for March is Token of Love with a needle and thread. Really pretty. I love a good Quaker. So this one shouldn't take too long, I don't think. saying that, I don't know, I haven't actually looked at the chart. I do have fabric paired with it, so I'm using a 36 count Weeks Dye Works in the colour linen, I think it says. So just that nice neutral. I'm excited to start this one. I love this one. It's been in my stash a little while. I think I got it from the second-hand market. Yeah. Really, really pretty. I love the colours in it. So, excited to start that. They are all my WIP Go plans. And like I said, if anything else for a challenge prompt comes up, then I'll just grab a whip that fits and use that. Like I can think of one, oh, what's it for? I think it's Down Under Divas and Weird Place Names. One of them, I don't have something that fits the prompt. So the penalty colour is, if you can't find something that fits that prompt, you stitch on something that's blue, or stitch on blue. And I thought, well, I'm going to pull out my Blue Rhapsody from Rosewood Manor. So that's not a WIP Go call, but it doesn't mean that I can't, you know, pull it out for a challenge prompt. And I'm trying to get this back in. Let's do that later. Alright, so that's the end of my things I've been stitching on. The end of the end of my plans. And the next thing I'm going to do is the shop talk, where I'm going to talk about what's new in the shop. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about for my shop talk section is my mermaid stitchy box. If you're on my Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Look at what's happening with this hair. So it's got its own life. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this already. I've released a mermaid stitchy box, and it's a curated collection of mermaid themed stitchy items. At the moment, I'm not releasing what's in there. I'm not telling people what's in there. That I have said there's 2 project bags in there. There's a whole lot of stuff in there. The price it is at the moment, postage is extra. So it's $120 Australian plus postage. If you're in Australia, it's $20 Australian because it's a box. If you're in the US, it's $45 postage. That's Australian postage. Now that $120 is the early bird price, so that finishes at the end of this weekend. Going into next week, the price will increase because it's going to then include the shipping in with the price and a little extra on top. Now, some people have contacted me saying that my coupon that I give people in the thank you card when they order is not working in my store. And also, I used to have free shipping on orders of $75 or more. But when I put the stitchy box up, I couldn't have any codes valid. I had to stop all the codes on my Etsy store while I had the early bird price on the stitchy box, because otherwise people could get it with free postage. They could use the code that I send if they put something in their cart and don't check it out, if they favorite something and they haven't checked it out, if they got a thank you email for an order, if they got the discount code that I send physically with an order, and free shipping, and if they applied one of those codes and got free shipping, I'd be selling the boxes at a loss. So unfortunately I had to take off all codes while I was selling them at the early bird price. So come Monday, the early bird price is gone and they're going to increase in price. So if you want one and you are not, you haven't committed to it, seriously think about it this weekend, because then come Monday they will go up in price. I sold about half of them so far. So, which I'm really grateful for, because it's the first time I've done something like this. I didn't know if people would go for it. I didn't know if they'd like the idea. I didn't know if they'd be willing to purchase something not knowing what's in there. But I'm so glad that a lot of people have done that so far. I'm really, really grateful for that. So thank you for those people who have purchased, and your boxes will be going out early next week. So I can tell you a little bit more of what's in there. There's 2 project bags. There's 3 cross-stitch patterns. And several other items I can think. Hang on, let me count. I have them over here hiding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 6 or 7 more things. So there's a lot in the box, and I really hope that people enjoy them, and I do plan on doing more. So different themes. If you have an idea for a theme, what you'd like to see in a Stitchy box, then please put the comment below, or send me an email, simplynorelle@gmail.com, and yeah, and I'll see what I can do in the future. And I am sorry to tell you, not sorry to tell you, but I will give you more details later on. But I'm also doing an advent calendar this year, so I'm going to put up pre-orders for that probably April, maybe. So and there will be a pay it in stages option for that if you want to take up that option. Alright, so the other thing I have to share about the shop is I have some new products that I'm dilly-dallying with. I have made these up. I haven't got them on the Etsy store yet, but I've come up with floss drop sets. So these are handmade by me, so they're printed by me and punched out by me, cut out and punched out by me, and they're themed. So there's probably the numbers vary in each pack, each style, but there's anywhere from 12 to 20 per packet, and they're beautifully themed. They come with the ring and a charm and some beads, some bling. You have to have bling with your floss drops. So there's these ones. Sorry, I should have got them all out of the bags beforehand. Sorry that I didn't. These ones, these like boho beach type of themed ones. They're all different. Some of the packs have 2 of each design. Some have like 20 unique floss drops in them. Like I said, they're all different. The charms and the beads on each one will be different, or could be different from what I have here. So there's some other pretty autumn fall type ones. They're on a good weight cardstock, so they should last a while. And a nice big hole, so you can fit a whole skein of floss in there. So this is a little bird, floral bird. We've got a little bird charm up there with some cute little beads. So lots of pretty birds and flowers in this packet. So I'm not doing a very good job of showing them. But hopefully I'll get these up on my store this weekend. Fingers crossed. Oh, and the last one that I have is another birds one, because we all like birds. So another birdie charm, some blue beads on this one, and different birds in this pack. Oops. So yeah, so I've got a few of these. These are the sets that I have that I'll be putting up over the weekend. They're blank on the back, so you can just write in pencil, so you can rub it out and use it again. Yeah, so these are coming in my shop, like I said, this weekend. And that is all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe, hit that bell so you know when my next video comes up. And if you are so kind, or if you could kindly share it with people. I found out today that us Flosstubers in Australia have a hard time getting subscribers, have a hard time getting our numbers up. You'll see subscribers in, you'll see Flosstubers in the States or the UK or something, in Europe, they'll put one video up and they'll get like, you know, 1,000 subscribers by the next day. We struggle with that in Australia, and I found out today it's because our videos are not normally recommended to those overseas. So, you know, when you're watching YouTube and you'll see the, you know, recommendations on the side of what to watch next. Our videos are rarely shown overseas on the recommended list. So that's why we don't get the numbers in subscribers, and we have hard time trying to get noticed or seen. Now, I did touch on this in my last video, and I thought it was me being boring and, you know, people aren't interested in what I'm stitching, that sort of thing, and I nearly stopped doing it. Even though I said it was for me initially, it's like, well, you know, do I really want to go through all that hassle if it's just for me? I can see on my shelf what I've got to stitch, what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but I thought, no, I'm going to keep going. Eventually, I'll get there. People will notice me and see what I'm stitching, and, you know, I don't know. Anyway, so I found out today that that's why. So if you could please, if you're overseas or you know people overseas, share the link of my YouTube with them, please. And yeah, hopefully more people will see us poor little Aussies down under. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.